Hey guys, Alex here, otherwise known as Clash Royale, back with another video, and today we have the part 2 of the skeleton base building series. If you guys haven't already checked out the first one, I would definitely recommend doing so. It just goes into a little bit more depth on what a skeleton base is and how you can build up the foundations. In this video, we're going to be jumping in with Mark from TGG just to showcase how you can complete the new skeleton bases that you are able to grab over on the Blueprint website and Discord. So I'll leave the rest of the video up to Mark and we can jump into it.
Like you can see, I have all my key buildings placed, the scatter shots, Infernos, Eagle, Town Hall, and also the Heroes, Expos, Sweepers, and CC. I might have to change the Expos or Heroes or Sweepers later, but I think it's good for now. So I just start with fill the rest and talk about that a little bit. I usually start with archer towers in the corner. I like to have them spread out so it covers everything of the trash. And yeah. So could be like this. I might have to change that later again. Now I'm gonna place wizard towers and ADs. For wizard towers, they are best to defend bats and loons. So you want to have them spread around the base, but also don't want them to touch an AD. So you can't tank a wizard tower by a hound. I also like to have the ADs not on the same length of the base. So if you send your heroes down here, you only get one AD and not two. Also important on ADs is that you don't give too much blizzard value. So you usually want to lure the CC when you blizzard. So for example, if I would place an AD over here or like here, you could easily send a hound and get that blizzard into the core or deep into the base, and that's too much value usually. Okay, I don't like to place wizard towers like that, because in my opinion it's too easy to freeze the scatter and the wizard tower together. So I might move that archer tower and place it here. That's a little bit harder to freeze now.
With the expos, obviously that was part of the skeleton at the start.
Yeah.
Would you be tempted to go in and change them to like all ground or all air or kind of a mixture of both, or do you usually just tend to leave them as they came with the skeleton?
I usually like to have 2 or 3 ground bows, because heroes are so strong and ground bows are a very good defense to stop them. But that might change, especially when testing a base. You have to change that around or even move an expo, and so yeah. Also, what I don't like when placing the wizard towers is having them next to a multi-inferno like this, for example, because it's just too much freeze value. I think I'll keep the last one. Maybe I place it over here. Now, what is also important when you build a town hall compartment is to have storages in that compartment to stop the sneakies for the town hall, or at least make them as hard as possible. I usually like to have like 4 storages in the town hall compartment, but yeah, 3 or 2 might be enough as well, but that depends how you have built the town hall compartment, how many space you have there. Also, I'd like to have at least 1 or 2 builder huts in the town hall compartment, just to make, for example, the Wardenborg harder, or if a blimp fails, the builder can repair it.
I've noticed with a lot of the new builds and stuff at the moment, we're seeing these single target infernos in with the town hall compartments. Most of the time they're sitting in behind that. Obviously that's to kind of counter these queen charges and stuff. Is that something you tend to do with most of your custom builds and stuff, or is that just something that we're just tending to see more on bases these days?
I like to have 1 single on the base in general, even if it's not behind the town hall. I think it's good to have 1 single, just because there are so many troops with high HP that are very strong, like heroes. Now we have the super dragons, dragons and all that stuff. So yeah, and what I like, or because also having them behind the town hall is the best in my opinion, because yeah, like you said, you can stop the queen charges or make them harder. And also if you P.E.K.K.A smash on the town hall far side, I like to have them in the town hall compartment but not freezable together with the town hall, so the single can kill some P.E.K.K.As, or you need to decide if you want to freeze the single or the town hall. The rest of the builder huts I like to place next to the other key buildings, and also to make the pathing harder. I might use 1 over here, but I guess I will change that later, but I'll leave it for now.
With traps and Tesla farms and stuff like that, is that always a thought kind of towards the end of a base building, or do you ever go into a build kind of knowing that you're going to bait a certain area, or you're going to have a Tesla farm somewhere specific?
That depends on the base, I guess. Sometimes I build a base and then I'm already the Tesla farm spot that I like pretty much. But most of the times I just finish the base, and then I'm looking for entries and decide which entry I want to trap with the Tesla farm, and yeah, then I place the Tesla farm.
Fair enough, yeah, makes sense.
I mean, it also depends against what clan you're playing. I mean, you can place the Tesla farm against air spam to have it back end to stop the RC or something.
Yep.
Or even heroes into the eagle, and air spam right or left is very popular, so you could place the Teslas in the eagle to stop the heroes there. Yeah, just depends what you want to defend and what clan you're facing.
Yeah. We've got a question in chat here from Camille. He's asking, what's the best way to defend against air spam? I'm assuming he's asking that because that seems to be what the majority of players are using right now.
I think the best way to stop it on NT3 bases is to force 1 or 2 entries maybe, and then to trap them. Because, and yeah, it's kind of hard to stop air spam with NT3, especially with the super dragons. But for example, on this base, I think you're gonna go in here with the air spam, because I have the dead zone over here. So if you start your air spam here, it will probably go to the town hall compartment. And if you start it here, it's a weird split. So I guess you are gonna start it over here. So I can place the NATO against the Town Hall blimp, like here or here. Depends if the blimp comes from here or here. And yeah, it's the bad thing that you can do is to stop the Town Hall blimp, probably. And also there are some small tricks, like if you send your heroes into the eagle and you have your CC covering the eagle compartment a little bit, so it's likely that you lure the hound when the heroes get over here. And what's important when you air spam from one side, like let's say here, you're gonna send the heroes down here. So I already have 2 expos here, 2 ground expos and the king. So your heroes will get a lot of damage when they approach the eagle.
One of the interesting questions we had with Sir Iron last week was, when do you decide what you want in your CC? Is that something that you kind of just decide at the end, or is it something you go into a base thinking, I want to have my CC here with this set troop so it can defend against this specific strategy, or is that just kind of an end thought?
Most of the time I would say it's a thought in the end, or maybe even try it in tests and then decide what CC you're gonna take. But for this base I would say a hound is a good decision, because you might lure it over here. And you also, if you gonna charge the town hall, you're gonna have a pretty annoying CC single timing, or if you charge like from here, you're gonna have a pretty annoying warden CC timing. So there's always gonna be a lot of damage on your queen, and that's always good when she has to deal with the hound first and then go to the other defenses.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think that's also the flame flinger. I think there are only 2 options to stop the flame flinger. So one is the ground bows, or maybe the air bows, but I think they only target or they target too late most of the cases. And the other possibility to stop them are the mortars, especially with the HP buff. I haven't tried it out yet, to be honest, but I think they need 3 shots now. I don't know. And that's more than enough to damage the flame flinger and reduce the value. Also need a mortar here. I kind of want to have a bomb tower in the town hall compartment, but I'm not sure how to place that. Bomb towers are mainly to stop blizzard, but I guess it's fine, because I don't have a lot of blizzard value at the town hall anyways, because of the 2 tiles gap everywhere. Expect the builder huts, and the wizard's not gonna have any chains, but that might be okay. I think I placed one over here. I don't think anyone gonna try to get a blizzard into that dead zone. It would be good value. We'll get the CC lure to key buildings, queen, and some other buildings, but yeah, that's kind of risky against the sweeper, and because of the gap behind the AD, there can be black bombs. So I guess I'll make place a bomb tower over here in case someone tries it and might use some black mines later. So if you send your blimp here, it drops here, and in the best case it kills the bomb tower first, and then all super wizards die immediately.
So we've got a question here from Sunmaster. He's asking if you're phone gang or tablet gang. Obviously, now you're using a tablet, but do you also use a phone, or do you have a favorite?
Yeah, I'm a tablet gang for a long time now. It's just I hate the small screen of the phone. And when I attack, I want to see kind of everything that happens on the base, and want to react on that. And I always feel like I can't do that on the phone.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm just gonna place some cannons now. Well, let's place some storages first. I might use a cannon over here. I'm not sure yet, though. I think if you Lalo from like here, the pathing should be pretty annoying because you can't really predict where's everything going. But also a storage over here could be really nice. I like to spread out the storages in front of some key buildings just to make the warden walks a little bit longer. Yeah, definitely need one over here. And also a good use of storages is when you have good zap value, for example, here with a builder hut, an expo, and a single. I like to have, or if I would place a defense building here, you could also zap this, and then you have kind of good pathing because you can take out that easily. But if I place a storage here, it makes the pathing a little bit harder. And I also like to have one storage in the core of the base to cause some cleanup issues sometime. And also, you don't want to have pathing into the core because there are a lot of black mines or red bombs usually. So if I would place a defense building over here, you would have, I mean, it's not that great pathing right now, but something could path into the core, like from here. And then you will get all the air bombs in the core with Cocoloons. I guess I need to change that a little bit.
So another interesting question here. How long does it usually take you to make a base, from scratch?
I would say about 45 minutes or 1 hour.
Fair enough. And then obviously testing and stuff on top of that.
Yeah. Sometimes you're just in the flow and start building and get everything down real quick. And you finish in like 30 minutes. But sometimes you're in front of your screen and have no idea or can't concentrate, and then it takes hours to get something together.
So when you're building, so for example, we just use this base. Is there a specific strategy you have in mind that you try to defend, or because I know you've pretty much spoken about absolutely everything this base is trying to defend everything, is there things that you always know a base has weaknesses to, or do you just do your utmost to defend every strategy?
If I don't know against what clan we are playing or what they are using, I try to defend the most obvious entries. And that also depends on the base, but when I build it, I try to have everything in mind and make everything as hard as possible. But it also depends if you know you're facing like a specific clan that only does air spam. I especially try to bait that or build against that and maybe have one or two more air bows, for example.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Now I'm gonna protect the ADs a little bit with the remaining defenses. Need this. Also, what I like is to have the multi-mortar next to the town hall compartment, or sometimes even in the town hall compartment. If you have it in the town hall compartment, it's good against the flame flinger, and here it's good against sneakies, or sometimes it kills safe blimp. But I always would use the multi-mortar if you have it. Okay, now I need to make sure that none of the wizard towers is tankable by ice golems. I think that one is fine.
Do you think there'll be any point in the game where Supercell will buff mortars enough that you'll start putting them inside bases? Because right now, basically, every base I see, the mortars are just kind of used alongside the trash to kind of lure loons or lure whatever to the sides. Do you think they might ever see a buff where they're going to actually be a key defense?
I don't think though. I even don't know how to do it, to be honest. I mean, you could. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like they are good against the flame flinger now, because they usually do a little bit of damage if you don't take it out. But in general, I would say you will see them most of the time somewhere out of the base and just make the pathing into an AD or something a little bit weird. Okay, that should be fine for now. I guess none of the wizard towers is tankable, and the ADs are protected a little bit. Also, now we can see the wizard towers are not next to an AD, and they will not get tanked by a hound. Maybe that one if the hound comes from here. But I think it's okay if you have like one or maybe two wither towers in your base that aren't tanked by a hound. And also, I like to have most of the wizard towers on the town hall side, because a jackbet goes mostly heroes into the eagle and then jacks here or here. So it's always good to have some wizard towers on this side. And the sneaky for town hall thingy is also, you snipe the town hall and then you start your kill squad over here. So you will get that wizard tower, and but you won't get these, or you might get this wizard tower, but and there are still some wizard towers left in the base to defend the bets. Okay, now I just finish with the trash. I usually like to have the army camps in storage in the corner because they are so big. And then I just place some gold mines and elixir collectors in front of the town hall to make the sneakies for the town hall harder. And then the rest of the base I just gonna change between a gold mine and drill or pump and the other trash building to make funneling a little bit harder. And also I like to have those 2 tile gaps between the trash buildings. So you can place Teslas like everywhere and the attacker don't know exactly where the Teslas will be. Most of the times you are gonna have some buildings left at the end, but let's see if I'm lucky and have everything placed, or if I need to find a little some places where I can drop the rest of the buildings.
So there was an interesting question a little bit back in the chat there, and actually it just comes up again there. People asking why there are holes left in some of the compartments. So obviously there's entries for heroes and stuff to walk into. There's obviously a specific reason that builders do that. So do you maybe want to just explain that a little bit?
So you mean those holes in the corner?
Yeah, yeah.
It's just to make the pathing for super wall breakers harder. For example, you should not be able to break on this, but I'm not sure, you need to test it. Usually it's like 12 or 13 walls where you cannot break. And I think in this case, for example, the wall breaker should go over here and break here. But yeah, just need to test that. It depends. Sometimes you can even do like 16 walls and it still doesn't work with the wall breaker. But sometimes it's even less, and yeah, just need to test it and see if you need to make the wall a little bit smaller if you don't want that it works, or change something else. And for example, on the town hall compartment, I like to have that gap so you can predict the queen charge a little bit better. I think it's risky to go into the corner because your queen can basically go down or up and you can't control it. So it's better to charge in front of the town hall and break in here. And because of the open wall, you can't make the wall break right here. You have to do it somewhere here so you can predict better that the queen charge will go into here. I think actually my trash buildings are perfect. Yeah, I guess it's fine. So now we still have the traps. And now it depends what kind of army you want to stop. Usually I like to have some black mines in the core. We're gonna place a few there. Also, you need to watch if you have to stop a blimp with the sea lure. But they might be too risky. I'm not sure with those sweepers. So I'm not gonna bait any blimp. Maybe the town hall short blimp. But I think I'll just place the black mines in the core. That's always good against Packer Smash because it kills the healers, and also it's good against dragons and super dragons, because usually you use your warden ability early, and then all the black mines are gonna hit when they come to the core.
So a lot of the time when placing traps and stuff, I've seen other builders do this. They'll, zoom out, have a look at the whole base themselves, and they'll kind of be like, what would I do on this base? And that's then how they would go about placing their traps and stuff. Is that something you do as well, or do you just kind of do like a sort of generic trap placement to try and cover as many different strategies as you can?
It also depends on the clan you're facing.
Okay.
I mean, I think I trap it in general, so try to defend everything. And yeah, that's most of the people are probably doing air spam, and that's why I gonna place those black mines in the core.
Yep.
You obviously need to test if those black mines are working over here. I don't think a lot of people are gonna do that blizzard. It's kind of risky because you have the gap behind the AD, and you also have the sweeper, and the queen is over here and makes damage on the blimp. You could maybe send the hound from over here and hope that you get the black mines behind the AD. So I'm gonna just place one giant bomb in here. With two small bombs, because you need one giant bomb and one small bomb to kill super wizards. And obviously you need to test if the traps are working. So I can place them over here and hope it works, but you need to try that. I mean, if the attacker knows it's baited, he probably will get it in every time, but you can try to make it as hard as possible, especially in ASL and CVL. It's only one hit, so you don't know the traps. I think I'll just gonna trap the town hall blimp, but I'm not sure which town hall blimp is the most likely one. And I'm gonna continue with the red bombs first. With the red bombs, you don't want to place them next to ADs, and you don't want to place them in between them. So let's say a hound goes from here to here, and you have red bombs over here. The hound is gonna lure the red bombs, and they are pretty much useless against loons. So I like to have some red bombs behind the town hall at the single if you have a setup like this. Because obviously it's out of range of the ADs. And if you sui your queen for the town hall, and let's say your king and RC for the scatter, you won't get the single behind the town hall unless you dab it, and that means you have to go through it with your Lalu. And it's also great if you, let's say you air spam from like here and send the blimp from over here and try to clone some loons. The red bomb's probably gonna kill the loons.
An interesting question there coming out from Charlie, one of your teammates. He's saying, why do you think Legends League is almost always symmetrical bases and usually in wars it's asymmetrical?
In Legends League, you can't plan on a base. you just have to go in with the army that you have ready. And I think especially now the box bases are pretty annoying again for super dragons. It's probably the best way to defend them. And yeah, and if you can plan on a base, there are most of the times weaknesses in symmetrical bases, and especially you can't predict where the attacker will go, because he basically can go in from two different sides, and you can't trap both of them. You just can trap one and hope the attacker goes for it. But yeah, on anti-3s you can way better predict what the attacker will do when he plans on a base. I hope it makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. Alright, let's get these last couple of traps down, maybe talk a little bit about the Tesla farm and stuff as well when we get to that.
So on this base, like I said, I think if someone forces the air spam, he's gonna dab the sweeper down here and send it from here and heroes into the eagle, or you're gonna send the heroes into the eagle early and then send your dragons here. So I definitely want to bait the blimp from this side. I'm not sure if I want to bait the blimp from over here. Or from down here. It's not a big change. I usually like to have the tornado trap at the town hall because it's also good sometimes against loons when you lalo over your town hall, or against the queen charge. I think I'll place it over here for now. So that's basically to trap the blimp from over here. When it arrived here, the loons should rotate out of the town hall. And also I need red bombs to kill those loons quickly. Okay. I guess a good Tesla farm spot could be up here or here maybe, because it's back end when you start your air spam down here. And if you wanna Sui your queen into the town hall, I feel like the Sui for the scatter and the multi is more likely. And that's also good against the Tesla against the heroes. And also what's good, if you want to try a P.E.K.K.A smash on this base, I feel like you're gonna warden walk down here and then send your P.E.K.K.A smash into the eagle with a log launcher. You might risk that the P.E.K.K.A smash goes out here because it's open. But anyways, the Tesla farm up here will be good against the RC because I think it should be sent in here to support the king. So I'm gonna place it here, but you need to try if that's a good Tesla farm spot or not. I might be completely wrong and everyone goes with the air spam from here or here, and then you get the Tesla farm early and it doesn't have any value. Also, what I like sometimes is place one Tesla in the core, and if you dab the core Tesla, you're gonna still have a defense building there, so the red bombs can kill some loons when they go over there. But in this case, I don't think there's enough zap value that anyone is gonna zap that Inferno, so I'm not gonna place a Tesla in the core. I think I just placed the last Tesla right over here as well. Okay, that Skelly is basically to stop the Wardenborg over here. But it's the P.E.K.K.A. Smash is a pretty risky attack. Because it always can happen that your P.E.K.K.A.s are going through this channel and everything ignores the Town Hall and you end up with a 1-star. I like to have a few Skellies in the Tesla farm. Because the Tesla farm is very good against the 3 heroes, like I mentioned earlier. And if you send your king in here, or RC, he has to deal with the Skellies while he is in the Tesla farm. Also, I'm gonna place some giant bombs over there to stop the barbs from the king. Giant bombs are also great to stop Blizzard, but I don't think I need them anywhere else to stop a Blizzard. So I'm just gonna place a few in the Eagle compartment to stop the barbarians from the king again if someone wanna send his heroes into the Eagle and airspam from here.
So I've noticed your trap placement is a lot more thought out than maybe some other builders. Like, not to, you know, say anything against Sir Iron, but last week he kind of just threw his traps down super quick. Is this something that, like, sometimes you know exactly, like, oh, that's exactly where I need to put my traps, and then sometimes you're like, oh, actually, I'm not too sure where to put it, so you take a little bit more time?
Yeah, I usually think about the traps a lot because I think it saves some time later when you test and you already thought about the traps a little bit. You might have not to change them so much, like if you just throw them in and then just test and have to rework everything, that's kind of annoying. So I think about that a little bit more when I build the base and save some time for later.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm just gonna place the last giant bombs at the town hall. Someone might use a blizzard over here, and I mean, usually you save blizzard town hall, so giant bombs won't do much. But if anyone comes with a normal blizzard and opens it a little bit too early, the giant bomb's gonna kill the super wizards. That Skelly is basically to make the single a little bit more effective. If a queen charge comes in at the town hall and you are about to get the single, the Skelly comes up and you might need another freeze. And also if you P.E.K.K.A. smash in here, the Skelly stops the P.E.K.K.A.s a little bit before they go to the town hall. Okay, springs. Usually I have the springs against hybrid. Or sometimes headhunter, or sometimes even queen charge shocks. But I think no one's gonna do a town hall charge here. So I might not need the springs against hybrid. I can place some in the eagle compartment against headhunters maybe, and against hawks or something. And also I like to place some springs against ice golems.
Blacksmith saying that, and he said this a couple of times, that Flinger on the town hall would be a good option.
Yeah, I have the ground bow behind the town hall, so that's gonna kill the flame flinger pretty quick after got the town hall. But I could also place, for example, take a storage away and just place another mortar in the town hall compartment, if that's a big problem. But you also need to test it and try the entries with the flame flinger and see if they work or not.
Fair enough.
I think I'm just gonna place the remaining springs against a hybrid entry. I think if you charge Town Hall, you're gonna do it from over here because of this AD. So place them here. What I see a lot of people doing wrong is the springs. A lot of people placing them in the middle of the defense, but Hawks and Miners most of the time go to a corner. So it's way better to have the springs on this corner and not here.
Awesome. So you're happy with what you've built here?
Yeah, I think it's okay. You obviously need to test it to make sure it's a good base.
Yep.
But yeah, I think it doesn't look bad. It don't give a lot of entries or a lot of obvious entries, and that's always a good thing.
Yeah, for sure. If you were going to hit this base, what would you do on it?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
I think that's a good sign of base building, when you're not sure what you would actually do in a base.
Yeah, maybe I would send my king into that multi, and it gets the queen as well. That's also why I thought the Tesla farm over here could be nice. And then send my queen in here. Maybe send a wall breaker that you open here, and she goes through there. But you're gonna have the sweeper against that, and then I might jump into the town hall compartment and send dragon riders or maybe hawks or something into the eagle. But I think it's kind of risky because these two buildings over here, the queen could go here and then go for the wall or something.
Alright, well, it's been a pleasure having you on, man. I learned a lot there. Hopefully the chat did as well. Thank you again for coming on. Is there anything you want to say to the chat or anything to finish off?
It was a pleasure to be here, and I hope I could help everyone a little bit.
Reality. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee? I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming